one of those that is the most majestic, of course, is the harpy eagle. And this actually looks very owlish, especially if you look at the frontal view. So those feathers that are sometimes look like the tufts of the owl. When we talk about owls, we actually might be seeing harpy eagles in Mesoamerican art. So that's one thing that we need to consider. Of course, this is coming from a monster figure in Greek mythology. Nothing to do with Mesoamerica, but in both cases it's a powerful, huge animal. Another interesting bird is the so-called Chen bird. Chen, of course, means cave. There might be a connection between caves and darkness, underworld, and owls. So that's the reason why the Chen cliff is represented as an owl. But we don't have any name called Chen for an owl. So that's again epigraphically a problem. So we have this bird, the Chen, that is confused even by the ancient Maya with other birds that look like an owl, including the so-called O bird that we can find in the rituals of Baka. The Muan bird, also the Ki syllabogram, and of course the one that we saw already earlier, the spear thrower owl. And if you look at the eye, it's very similar in all of those cases. And again, probably a mythological raptor. And even the so-called Katun bird head that has been interpreted as an owl could be one of those raptors. So I made a little list of the bird signs that we have in the Maya area that we know more or less. Ak is turkey, that was read Akach only a month ago, but now with the new findings at La Corona in Guatemala, we know that that bird is actually pronounced Ak, not Akach. And many others that we can identify, and then a lot that we can, and many of those are those raptorial birds. Here's another set for those who are interested in epigraphy, including the so-called Baktun and the Katun birds that even incorporate the so-called owl feather in the forehead. That might not be an owl feather, but some kind of an eagle. And the whole selection of syllabograms. And the problem with these is that we know even less about these. The logograms we handle a lot better than syllabograms. The graphic origin and especially the lexical origin of these signs is not really known. Ah is one of those that many people associate it to ah for turtle, but then there are a few cases where you actually see the wing, so it can be a turtle. So it has to be a bird starting with ah, but we don't know which bird. And the same goes with many of these. O bird seems to be just a name for a bird that probably says O, like macaw says. Those of you who have heard ara or macaw saying mo, 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 mo. That's of course the logogram for in Maya for the bird. And many others that we don't fully understand where these are coming from. Maybe the first sound of that bird. Epigraphically, if we are looking in the Maya area, it's interesting to see that many of these species are found in the Maya area, but we have relatively few glyphs to go with them. Hui, one of the few ones, sometimes written as Hu, sometimes Huyu, and then Inki, as we saw earlier from that Madrid college. But all the rest are missing, or we haven't found them yet. It's also interesting to look at the onomastics in the Maya area, naming practices. We have a lot of different names for people that incorporate names of birds and other kinds of animals, but owls are quite restricted. Maybe because of the connection to underworld, death and all that, so you wouldn't want to be called an owl, except for maybe this person here the so-called spear thrower owl. I plotted some of those to the map. This is from the Maya area. All the owls that are mentioned, any person with the name owl, and actually all of those are Kui. So you do have some of those. And here's a whole set of animals that we can find in the corpus of Maya hieroglyphic inscriptions naming people with, that have the name, whatever kind of an animal name. As you can see, there's a high concentration in the Usumacinta area. So that's the ancient Maya zoo. So this, of course, the spear thrower owl is one of the most famous in all of Mesoamerica. But if you look at the whole variation of the sign, we have some of those that look like an owl, but again, if we compare that to some of the images that we have from Teotihuacan, those might be just the general raptorial birds. And sometimes even the spear thrower is not a spear thrower at all. From the Crónica de Calquini, we have some evidence of people being called as owl. The Xoch here, the Xochmil, is one of those, and the other one is Kui that we find in the list of names of people in Yucatan, or Ahkui, which is marked in this list as a certain kind of an owl. So this goes way back into early classic in the lowlands and continues in the post-classic and colonial times also in Yucatan. Other examples include the Kui with the modifier. So we have Kui for owl, but we have fire-eating owl or fire-mouth owl. Like this here. This is an undeciphered sign. Then Ti and Kui. And here from Yaxchilan, Kak Ti Kui. So fire-mouth owl. And another one that Christoph talked about, not this year, but earlier here, the vase that was found in Belize, Kak U Ti Kui. So again, fire mouth owl. And of course, the recently found element 56 from La Corona that also incorporates the name owl right here, Kui, or Chak Ak Pat Kui. Quite nice name. Great turkey, crested lizard owl. Written here also a short version. Kui. Another candidate that we have in the Maya area for people that incorporate the name owl is Sak Hishmut. Many of you might know the Hombre de Tikal monument that has the some kind of a mythological ancestor of the Tikal people here with those markings of a jaguar, and you can see the wing of some kind of a bird, and then the word Sak. And this